There is no doubt that Elon Musk is willing to give up everything for his ultimate dream, colonizing Mars. With this, make sure to stay tuned until the end of this video as I'll share with you about Elon Musk and his plans to colonize Mars. Welcome to Journey to Space. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, like and share this video as well to keep updated on everything about Elon Musk. As Elon Musk points out, setting up a permanent colony on Mars will ultimately allow humanity to become not only multiplanetary but interplanetary as well. Over the past several years, the entire scientific community has been engulfed in a debate about the possibility of someone settling on Mars. Meanwhile, Elon Musk has continually declared his desire to colonize the Red Planet and has continuously reaffirmed his commitment to its possibility and feasibility. So I'm going to walk you through the plans that SpaceX's founder had for colonizing Mars in this video. Seeing that NASA wasn't doing anything more to send people to Mars, Elon Musk founded SpaceX, believing that soon the Earth would be an uninhabitable place. Now this rocket company is making headlines. Further, for those who don't know, Mars is among the closest habitable planets to the Earth. Despite the distance of 140 million miles, it still receives a decent amount of sunlight and is cold, which, by the way, humans can heat up. In simple terms, the Mars atmosphere can be compressed so humans can grow plants. Aside from this, the atmosphere is essentially CO2, with nitrogen, argon, and others. Martian time is separated by 24 hours and 37 minutes, while the date is separated by 24 hours on Earth. Additionally, there is approximately 38% of the gravity on Earth in space. In addition, experiments have proved that humans are easily able to adapt and survive on Mars, although Elon Musk stated in an interview that the first humans would not survive the mission. However, that can only happen after they have successfully finished their Mars exploration and lived out their lives. Aside from taking around 6 months to get to Mars, it will take more than 1,000 spacecraft and 1 million tons of vitamin C to prove that life exists on Mars. Moreover, life on Mars is only possible if a self-sustaining city is built there, and this is how Elon Musk views it. On the other hand, it has not been easy for the Martians to occupy Mars because they need to resupply their ships constantly. In the meantime, the issue of Martian ships returning to Earth after landing there has been on the table for a long time, and it has been confirmed by NASA that their supplies will not be for tourists but for the continuation of life on the planet. In addition to this, sustainability depends largely on the number of resources needed to colonize the planet. Meanwhile, those who will find themselves on Mars might find a little bit of difficulty since the planet is a slightly different environment from Earth. Not to mention that they might not have enough supplies to last them for the duration of their stay. Also, interestingly enough, Musk describes SpaceX's Super Heavy booster as the Big Effin' Rocket, or BFR, and he hopes to use it to launch a Starship. Then, using the most powerful rocket booster in the world, SpaceX's Falcon Heavy, it claims ownership of a rocket that carries nearly 13 tons into space. That is why the BFR, which is capable of carrying about several hundred tons into space before it can transport 1,000 tons, is needed. And a BFR is going to be about 25 stories high, powered with about 42 powerful Raptor engines that can lift an entire Boeing 747. Furthermore, Elon Musk described his plans for colonizing Mars by explaining that BFR will rocket the Starship into space and connect to a similar booster that was already in place to provide support along the way. In the Starship transportation system to Mars, SpaceX's reusable rockets will launch 3 times daily on average, carrying around 100 tons. And more than 1,000 flights each year carrying over 100 tons of cargo will mean that a total of 100,000 tons of cargo will be in orbit, ready to be delivered to Mars. Also, 1,000 Starships could deliver about 100,000 people every 26 months from Earth to Mars, as at that time the orbits of each planet are aligned to make interplanetary travel possible. As an interesting fact, the Earth and Mars align once only every 2 years, thus creating a window of opportunity for quick passage. Although most of the fuel would be burned by the ships as they fly into orbit around the Earth, Spaceships might be able to launch tanks and replenish the ships with fuel so they can reach Mars. Moreover, it is possible that the landing on Mars could happen later on in 2022 or 2024, as SpaceX is working hard to construct the Starship system. With this, Musk stated that an invasion of Mars by humans is not likely to happen anytime soon. However, he said that in comparison to Earth, there will be a lot of jobs to be had, including direct democracy, where inhabitants will be able to make their own decisions with much fewer and simpler laws than on Earth. Regarding food will be grown underground or in enclosed structures using hydroponic farming. In terms of the Starship's landing zone, studies have shown it will be located near subsurface water and ice deposits. Further, it is claimed that it is located strategically to receive enough sunlight to power the colony's solar panels. Also, refueling the spaceships can only be accomplished by using the resources found on Earth. With the Habitable process, it's possible to create liquid oxygen and liquid methane, which are fuels used by the SpaceX ship. Additionally, it has the benefit of burning cleanly, so rocket boosters can be reused for an extended time if this type of fuel is used. In this process, nickel plays a role in synthesizing methane from atmospheric carbon dioxide. Also, nickel can be easily collected from Martian water ice. Further, to generate sufficient fuel on Mars, it will take roughly 26 months, and based on SpaceX engineers' calculations, you will need 56,600 square meters of ground to make the Habitable work. This system is based on solar panels that can easily travel to Mars in a single spaceship. Aside from this, I don't know whether you're aware of Elon Musk, the boring company on Earth that aims to solve transportation issues. And I believe that this colonization will not be left out of the boring company, since it first needs access to the subsurface water from beneath the Martian surface. In addition to this, initial human colonies may need to be built in deep subsurface artificial settlements to protect them from harsh ionizing radiation. So how do you think you will maintain the connection with the colonists on Mars? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. With Elon Musk's Starlink satellite reportedly opening communication channels between Earth and Mars, it shouldn't come as a surprise that he might use autopilot to drive between the two planets. Also, to carry out the colonists' distant and difficult missions in automobiles or trucks. Despite not being explicitly stated, the vehicles might even be used to transport products for refueling on Mars' surface. Musk does want the first starships to be loaded with machines and cargo that are required for near-future missions, and the equipment is needed for humans to develop the necessary sustainable facilities to generate electricity, make air, gather water, and convert raw resources into oxygen and methane for return launches to Earth. Also, they are planning to launch 2 unmanned starships on the planet to examine water resources and locations that appeal to us. Additionally, they plan to investigate the effects of possible hazards in the future. Then it would be important to identify the hazards and set up the necessary infrastructure for further exploration, including perhaps a launch pad for crewed spacecraft. Let us assume that SpaceX succeeds in launching the first reconnaissance launcher to Mars. Initially, starships will serve as residences for astronauts while their evaluations are conducted, possibly reducing the workload of a mission by eliminating the need to immediately construct habitats on a planet. It has also been claimed that a Mars base could be ready by 2028. However, some experts doubt that it's possible to sustain life on Mars, basically because they do not believe the technology needed to sustain life on Mars has been developed yet. And that's besides building a permanent city. But this is not a problem with Elon Musk, because he has a flair for achieving the unthinkable. In addition, he hopes to create a backup planet for humans after Earth's life becomes unbearable. Also, Elon Musk once suggested nuking Mars to transform it into a world like Earth. Nevertheless, the images on SpaceX's website of a rusty red planet morphing into an Earth-like world seems to suggest the possibility of terraforming. And Mars may become a wet and warm world as a result of this type of climate change. Also, Mars would be best suited to human colonization if the carbon dioxide-rich ice caps could be melted easily. Although NASA does not believe it's possible for terraforming to last, there may not be enough trapped gases to sustain a breathable atmosphere. As compared to Earth, Mars has a density that is less than 1%, making it akin to a vacuum cleaner, At present, SpaceX is developing and testing its first set of Starship-inspired orbital vehicles in a facility in South Texas that is very close to Earth's core. This facility in Boca Chica, Texas, has conducted many tests of Starship prototypes and will conduct many more soon. While colonizing Mars will probably take a while, at the end of this process, it will be worth it. That's all for this video about Elon Musk and his plans to colonize Mars. Thank you for watching. If you would like to receive updates on Elon Musk, make sure you click the subscribe and bell buttons.